And breathe. A superb 60 minutes, a nervy half an hour. Arsenal 2, Brighton 1. Are we ever just gonna have a normal day and a normal game at the office, people? It's a madness. Smash your like buttons, people. Subscribe. Let me know your match thoughts. As I alluded to there, I was actually very impressed with the first 45 minutes. But generally, before I get into the isms and schisms and just say what I have to say, I'm gonna keep saying this. I'm gonna say two things actually. Arsenal, we can be our best friends sometimes, and we could also be our worst enemies sometimes. And I think that game, as much as it smile and laughs, kind of sums it up. And I'd also say, piggybacking off that, football's decided in both ends, innit? You got to keep balls at the back of yours. You got to put balls in the back of your opponents. Obviously, we did that today. It could have went left. I'm not even trying to do the negative thing, but there's evident areas of improvement. I think with this cluster of games that we're on, I'm just on getting the 3 points. I'm just on finessing and getting the 3 points, people. We've got to turn this domination, the possession, the shots on target, what we can see with our eyes, how we're playing versus how Brighton are playing. We're pressing well, we're forcing them into mistakes. We're attacking with invention and intention, despite not having Timber and Calafiori and Declan Rice is right back, and all of these things are happening. But as I said, stats, shots on target, shots in general, possession, all of that needs to correlate to goals. It's the hardest thing to do in football, scoring goals. And I think when you look at the Wolves game and the games we've played up until this point, there's been a reaction in it. There's been a reaction. We're still not really converting our chances. There's so many players. Some were easier than others. Donna Martinelli didn't score in the second half. Sure, Magalhaes had a chance. Gyökeres didn't have too many clear-cut opportunities, but he did hit the post after a good ball from Ødegaard. Saka had a few. Obviously, he got an assist, but he had a few. There was a number of chances, people. I'm not even trying to get individual players. Put the ball in the backside net, because it should have been 3, 4, maybe even 5 at halftime. Most I'm bitching about is the fact that we've conceded a cheap goal. We need to go back. We need to go back to basics, because it was a good day out. It's a good game. We dominated, but I shouldn't have to see David Raya pull off that mad save. Big up David Raya. You need to be first in the dinner line, and you need to be getting any gravy you want. All these things. Arteta, let him have a good day out, because Raya, when we needed you, you stood up to be counted. I'm not happy with the goal we conceded. I think that's becoming a bit too much of a common theme, but we got the 3 points. What's man telling me about Ødegaard though? What people telling me about Ødegaard? My captain is back, class Weasian, wonder guard. You saw he was sourcing. Forget the goal. Don't forget the goal from 20, 25 yards. The way he's passing the ball, he should have had an assist. He's defending well. Also, big up my boys as well. I will give them credit for that in the second half. He all mucked in. I was nervy as a fan, like, oh my God, are we going to win this? It's looking like it's going to go left, but you defended well in it. But, we need to chase the illusion of perfection. You need to be perfect for 90 minutes or near enough that. We need to also consider how it could have went left. There's reality. The second goal don't go in via the own goal. Everything else happens and it's 1-1. And there's been times where, that them kind of small margins have gone for us this season. They've gone against us. All we can do is football deciding both ends. You lot, more finishing practice. You lot, more defensive practice. Because I'll say this. If I assume the Brighton game is a carbon copy of the Aston Villa game, is a carbon copy of what we saw today, you need to kill Villa in that first half. Don't care how it goes in. Big up own goal as well, because whoever own goal is, I don't know when we signed him, but I think Ethan Nwaneri could learn from him, because we look at the start of the season, set pieces was a player getting a lot of game time. Open play started to come into it. Own goals was on the bench, but right now he's moving mad. Gyökeres might be able to learn the thing from Mr. Own Goals. Whenever we signed him, couldn't even tell you what country he's from, but he's doing the job, man. But decent day out. Obviously, we ain't got the best of home records against Brighton. They're not in the best run of form, but it is one of, Brighton's one of those games, people. One of those teams us Arsenal fans were like, oh, how's this going to go? Is it going to go right? Is it going to go left? It went right today, man. So it is what it is, man. You won't catch me complaining, but now we can actually breathe. And I'll say this again, man. Not that any Arsenal players are watching my thing, but can we just have a basic game, like a normal day out? And it weren't one where it's knife edge, we're under mad pressure in the second half, but thank the Lord we scored 2 goals. I know 1-0 to the Arsenal's a famous chant. I think we needed more. So, yeah, man, we won. Obviously, going into the game, we should have assumed anyways Manchester City were going to win. And that's how we need to move anyways. They did win. Obviously, we did what we needed to do. Whether we win the league or not, talking points maintained for another week, people. And again, We take what needs to be good. We take the good and make it great. The evident warning signs and areas of improvement, pattern that, try and be better against Villa, because we've got a serious run of games now. You know, players are dropping like flies. Got a star money man midfielder who's a 6 and an 8 by trade, playing right back. The world don't care, in it. Make it happen. We all know what we need to do. Full focus on Aston Villa. Then you focus on Bournemouth. Then you focus on Liverpool. That's all you can do in this life, is do your job. Arteta, you won the battle against your counterpart. There's no way I can say his last name. Big him up. But Fabian, shout out to you. My players, you done the job. I'm not going to complain, but I think Brighton respected us a bit too much. And, you know, Brighton looked a bit nervous. Maybe a Brighton fan could talk to me and that's there. Something's going on there. But, like, the way you're sitting back, the way you're playing out from the back and we're just catching you. Like, I thought we was going to see a next Brighton, but nobody don't care, man. I couldn't give a monkeys, man. We got the 3 points, man. So, yeah, man, for my more condensed match reaction, obviously it should be out now, actually, or it should be live now. I've pinned it to the YouTube channel. It'll take you to that in case I've missed any points out. But, bro, like, we had like 15, 16 shots in the first half. We ended the game with like 20, 25 shots, 6 on target. So we won the law of averages. The hardest thing to do is score goals. We need to do more. And for the players, you got to convert, man. You got to convert, man. You got to convert, man. But, bloody hell, blood. As long as we can have a laugh at the joke, man. I've got a can of Coke here. I wish it was something stronger, man. But yeah, what are you lot saying in the comments, man? What are you lot saying in the comments? Did Tab Police look away? We'll go over everything the gaffers had to say. Away from the obvious, the thing that I like the most is we welcome Gabriel Magalhaes back. The thing that makes me nervy is, boy, what's going on with Calafiori? Where's Timber? There was rumors Kai Havertz is going to be involved. We need to get, what they call them things in school, man? The register. We need to, I need a register. Everybody needs to get fit. Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus, I actually think you lot helped us see out the game well, but blood, there's chances, man. Man finished their dinner, man. Fit several plays. Zubimendi, there was, I thought I was going to be here. Gassing Zubimendi's goal to you lot, you know, when he did that little flick. I was like, oh. But yeah, man, in terms of man of the match, I'll give it Ødegaard. I think Ødegaard was, I actually think, you know what, when he's not doing his job, we'll get onto him. I think he was superb today in all his actions. The goal, the highlight of such. You could say Raya, there was nothing really for him to do, but when he was called into action, bad boy saving. We know football's decided in both ends. He don't save that. It's 1-1. We're having even though we saw the same game, we're having very different contexts, man. You have to kill oppositions, and that goes for every Premier League team. You have to kill them. You have to. No one ain't gonna give you these 3 points, but yeah, man, smash the likes if you haven't. Is Yoker as a striker or a wrestler? But you gotta do both when you're playing in the Premier League. Oh, shame you aren't doing a watch along. Hopefully you're at the game. Happy New Year, DG. I was on Talksport, but appreciate you. It firmly is A's up until he frees up. Big Gabby and Havertz probably back, but 1 in, 1 out policy still in effect. With me, I want all my players to get fit in it, but I don't take too much stock in, as you said, like Kai's coming back, Big Gabby's back. You know, if we heard something positive after the game with Timber and Calafiori, because all of a sudden, someone like Kepa or Wanyeri, this one's got a groin, this one's got that, but that's not isolated to us. We just have to get on with it. We did it today. I ain't really trying to, Rice didn't play bad at right back. He had actually a decent game, innit? But I ain't trying to see that. Like, I'm trying to see him in his position. I'm not going to lie. I was a bit nervous in the beginning for Marino. I think he had a decent game, but I was a bit nervous because although he was dominating, there was a couple of times there was gaps. He ain't really got the legs. Who did he get into a bit of argy-bargy with? He got into some argy-bargy with someone. A Chelsea bottling. Last time I checked, Chelsea were actually they were a goal ahead, didn't it? Hopefully, you and Emre, you lot do your thing today. You start having one too many bits of Hennessy, and then Tuesday we do what needs to be done, man. Like Premier League. I'm only in touch with, actually, the only game I'm not in touch with what happened today is obviously the 5:30 game. Swear down, Aston Villa won. No, it's not done. It's not done. Chelsea. Ollie Watkins at the double. You know what, though? If Emre beat Chelsea, they beat us on Tuesday, they're in the title race anyways. But I know if Arsenal or City had to play Villa and Chelsea or whatever denomination, if you want like in the same kind of time, these are title winning 6-pointers, in it. You can't rule them out, man. You can't rule them out. For what I know about Emery, you know, people say Arsenal bottle, and we're gonna have to hold that because ultimately we haven't got the job done in previous years. For what I know about Emery, I know you're not gonna collapse. Or what scares me is he had the collapsing at the start of the season, because remember, Villa were kind of rubbish at the start. They're in a good moment, they deserve it, innit? But boy, it's been a great week. Big up everyone whose team got 3 points, by the way, this It's not really weekend, but you get the point, man. Big up yourself, Lince. New account. Why you got a new account, my boy? Big up yourself. Ødegaard was off the charts for today. By the way, what happened to Calla and Timber? Timber apparently picked up a knocker after the cup game against Crystal Palace. Calafury, I'm out the loop. Apparently, Mikel Arteta said it's a strange injury. There were some rumors on Twitter, like I was on TalkSport, saying that obviously I'm not at the game, but they said Calafury got injured in the warm-up or something. Now they're saying he got injured. He picked up a knock yesterday. I don't know, man. I don't know. DG goes live right when Villa scores. He knows he did. Honestly, on my wallahi, I had no clue. I'm just in Arsenal mode, man. Hey, DG, call up one of your Chelsea boys. We'll get them, man. We'll get them. Brighton scored with their first attempt on target. You can't make it. That's what I'm saying. Like, for a team that's great defensively, of recent, it's too easy. It's too easy. And I know you're not going to keep 38 clean sheets and all of these things, but it's too easy. Whether we've got the strongest team out there or not, some of you that were calling me negative. One thing about me, I see trends. I was calling this in September and August and them things. Just before we had that little run with clean sheets, no shots on target, I was like, City comes to mind. Fair enough, you can say, oh, but Liverpool, Szoboszlai scored a great free kick, and you're right. But the build-up to that is what I was getting at. The goal we conceded with Haaland, no shame in Haaland scoring, but that goal, if we're real with ourselves, and mistakes happen. Mascara's giving away a corner at Newcastle unnecessarily, and it's poor defending from Gabriel Magalhaes. You know, the goal we conceded recently against Chelsea, you know, towards the end of the games now, Villa, Sunderland, these one comes to mind. And this is all from a place of love. These things are going to happen, but it's happening a bit too frequently. But saying that, if we're not attacking to our full potential based off what we saw last season and, you know, trying to get players in the groove of things, we still got injuries, still not defending out the way we can, and we've got the points we've got now, it's not to say we're necessarily going to win or do whatever, but you've got a good platform. It could be better, but sure as hell could be worse. So let's just keep chasing the illusion of perfection and see where it takes us, man. It is what it is. Villa coming for your head top. I told you the man are serious. 11 wins in a row, all comps. It's dark for you when they beat you. City will be able to take over next day. I don't know, man. Whatever you say, Warren, man. Stop drinking, man. Hey, AFC _DMB. Oh, it's you. Oh, shit. Big up my guy, man. Big up my guy. You and your pops, man. I see you on the chain. Big up you lot, man. Appreciate you lot, man. At least you lot had a good day out at the Emirates. But, boy, again, that last half hour, man. And it's not the same, yeah. But like the last 30 minutes, I felt that way against Crystal Palace at home in the Premier League. It's not the same, but you get where I'm going. Like, you get where I'm going, man. You get where I'm going. Where's Ødegaard's biggest hater? I mean, who's that? Hit the likes. Big up Rob, man. Big up Rob. I can't wait. I can't see we're winning the PL playing like that for the last 5 games. Got to be better, bro. You got to be better. You're playing an elite team in City. Aston Villa's not giving anything away. I personally said I think this is going to May. I hope Arsenal ran away with it and whatever. I think this is going to the last couple of games of the season. I think this will be the winners, will be the most inconsistent Premier League winners, if that makes sense, of recent years. We're in a fight. We know what City can do. We know what Villa can do. It's not that I think we're the biggest and the baddest, but way before I look at Villa and Chelsea and City and, you know, people were saying Liverpool in a title challenge once upon a time and whatnot. I look at ourselves, bro, because I genuinely believe we are our own biggest enemies. And it's not to say that if we were perfect, we're mashing up everyone, but I genuinely think that. And I think there were signs today. I think there's been signs a lot of the season. So take the warning signs and, you know, fix it, innit? If you know you got a hole on the roof, fix the roof while the sun is shining, innit? You know, when you're, what's this? There's a saying in life, when you're drowning, that's not the time to learn how to swim. Do of that what you will, man. Do of that what you will, man. Villa on smoke, boy. Big up Raya, man. Big up Raya for that one. Jordan, appreciate you. Just joined. Have we spoken about the B-Tech Negredo? I can't lie, man. We know I've spoken about Gyökeres far too much today. But I do think you're being disingenuous. There's no way you looked at Gyökeres and there was chances being put on a play. I maintain that he needs to force his own luck. But when Gyökeres has come off, now you're seeing some Gyökeres finishes. Now, Gyökeres, I don't know if the team rate you. And I'm seeing a lot on social media. Like Arsenal fans are getting at Saka, bro. Be greedy. I don't know how Saka got 90 minutes today. Not because he played bad. It's like I was at one point. I'm looking when Arteta brought on Gabriel Jesus and Martinelli. I was like, cool. But I'm like, there's 5 subs. This is looking mad. Start time wasting. But it all worked out, man. It all worked out, man. It all worked out. Warren, I'm gonna leave you to do the mathematician stuff of other teams, man. Whatever you say, man. Your best player is Raya. That's cool, man. Some might say Raya, some might say Saka, some might say Saliba, some might say Raz. You know, we got them all the team, got a decent team, mate. Big up yourself, Trouble, man. They told me Chelsea would challenge, turned out it was Villa. Nope, nope, we're not doing that. Nope, 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 nope. We're not letting them out. Villa in the title race, Arsenal in the title race, City in the title race. Somebody else, there's 4 teams in it. Chelsea can't run away. Champions of the world and all that crap. They're coming for Arsenal. They were so bullish after drawing with us 1-1. But on them, there's none of that. There's none of that. If Arsenal win the league, cool, happy days. If City or Villa or Chelsea or whatever win the league, everyone else bottled it. Simple as that. They're not running away with that. They're not running away with that, man. Here I am watching your Premier Wiltshire live. I feel like I need it. Don't worry, man. There's content, man. There's content, man. Jesus must start against Villa. Ødegaard was excellent. Saka was a bit greedy today. Be greedy, blood. Because I'm starting to think, your Chris, man, don't rate your thing like that. Force them to rate your thing. Yeah, my first touch is Buki and my general play. And I did think he done, again, with Gyökeres, I do think he done the other aspects well today. But as I keep saying, if I'm talking about you working hard, working the channels, dropping deep, then there's nothing that separates you from Gabriel Jesus, Kai Havertz, Mikel Merino. And if you've got 4 men that can't do the job, there's issues there, really and truly. So it is what it is. I don't think anyone was bad today. I think if you're doing all of that, I think you're on a projecting thing. If you're waffling about Saka today, it's because you've maintained that for a few weeks. The same goes for Gyökeres. I would say Ødegaard, but you can't talk on my captain, the class vision today. You can't talk on him today. You see that finish? You see that finish? The ankle's rested now. You see that finish? Backside. See that finish? See the ice cream scoop thing he tried for Gyökeres when he hit the post? Probably the only chance I saw with Gyökeres, really and truly, man. So yeah, man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I have been a massive critic of Ødegaard over the last 2 seasons, but he was on point today. Well done. He needs to maintain, because as much as I'm having a bit of bants and waffling, bro, for all the players, if you play, like, I don't think anyone was terrible today. I don't care about the Brighton game no more. I only care about it from an analyst point of view, what we can do better. Don't matter now. Enjoy today. Tomorrow, quick turnaround for Villa, because for both teams against Villa, Arsenal and Villa, both teams are going to be a bit knackered. You got 48-day recovery. For Villa, they got to travel here. For us, we've had a lot of games. Bodies are dropping like flies. I do think there was a bit of tired legs today, but in recent weeks, this was the first time we looked a bit like there's petrol in the car, if it makes sense. I did feel against Everton, bearing in mind we kind of had a week off, we looked a bit leggy. We all know the current landscape of Arsenal, man. Don't matter who comes in, offensively, we are pants. Arteta needs to pattern up, because anything in the final third, I do think it's a twofold thing. Pardon me, I do think the players need to learn how to finish their dinner. All of them, even the ones that do bad, they need to finish their dinner. But Arteta, you need to find some way of making it work, because this was something we asked about you last season and the season before. And as we've collectively got better, more, game management, a bit more street smart, won a couple of big games, doing our thing against Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, we've kind of gone away from the attacking it. And no matter how offensively good or defensively good you want to be, football's decided in both ends. You need to take things seriously. And it's coming into this season. Yeah, Ødegaard, if he's doing his thing, it's great. Trossard and Martinelli have shown moments. Gyökeres is there now. You got your Kais, you got your Sakas. It was never as white and black as you slap the players on the pitch, and it works. Defensively, I felt that with Arteta. Going back to when Mustafi and Socrates and them man were there, you could see what a man was trying to do. The Dons just weren't good enough. I didn't believe in the summer or last season it was as white and black as that, and I don't think it now. And for me, if we just assumed Merino and Kai Havertz played up front, they never played in centre mid, Gyökeres, Saka, all these guys, you place them at some other clubs, they'll look a bit better, or they might score a bit more. So it's on them, but it's also on the gaffer. You've gone Selfridges, you've bought nice clothes, you need to know how to iron and style. It's as simple as that, man. You need to keep going, man. So yeah, it is what it is. Ash, big up yourselves. There's big gaps forming in the table. We always, from game week 10 to game week 10 onwards, this is where things are going to now pan out, people. And I want to ask you, not completely off topic, is West Ham gone now? Like, obviously, when last did we see a great escape in the relegation race? We ain't seen that for a minute, but a part of me thinks the bottom 3 have been decided now, and Wolves actually did all right against Liverpool today, but they're gone. Like, they're gone now. They're at the point where it's not about playing well. You need the results in it. Like, you need the results. They're gone. I think Burnley are gone, if I'm honest with you. I'm starting to feel that. West Ham in the summer, they might not have been on my, to be honest, I can't remember last season, but they might not have been on my list to go down, because I said, and I have to hold that, Sunderland, you're doing your thing. I thought Sunderland, you're going straight back down because I saw you lot do blisteringly good in the championship. You had a young squad. Obviously, you've married some of the youth with some experienced players. Oh boy, Granit Xhaka, you're doing your thing. Leeds, it feels like there was a period, it felt like a lot of the media was like, yeah, Daniel Farke loses this game. They're out in it. They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. He's gone, sorry. As soon as that's happened now, they're sourcing. Brentford, again, maybe ignorantly, people are like, well, you lost Norgard, you lost Thomas Frank, you've lost your star man in Mbuemo, you've hired a set piece coach. Keith Andrews is sourcing. So has the relegation free been decided? Declan Rice is the next to go, in my opinion. He's in charge of everything, cannot continue. Arteta, boy, Arteta, if you don't, listen, you know what you need to do in it, Arteta. I don't care if the whole team's injured or the whole team's fit. We know what the goal was in August. You know what you need to do. And it's not that I won't sit there in May and say, oh, yeah, this is why that happened. And we can have sensible conversations, clearly, people. But I'm at the point, and I think a lot of fans are, if we finish on 99 points and City or Villa or Chelsea or whoever's in the title race finish on 100, that's the bottom line. Did not get over the line. To do what you need to do, man. Boy. Emery has now won 9 PL games in a row. Arteta is still yet to do that, Arsenal. Imagine they never lost Jacob Ramsey, Duran, and Diaby would be embarrassing. These injuries are annoying. I don't know. I don't know how my man's got injured in it. Villa scored 0 goals in their first 5 matches, then won 11 in a row. Swings and roundabouts. We've seen a bit of normalization. We were picking up points. Sunderland didn't have a wobble, but they had a bit of normalization. Bournemouth is going a bit left. This is where I meet Villa stunk it. That's the best thing you can do. Liverpool normalization. In hindsight, Villa did the right thing. Not the right thing, but they stunk up the gaff in the first part of the season, got their act together. They're running away with it. Emery and that are doing what they need to do. But this is what you expect. You look through the whole table. There's every manager in there. Oh, right, it's good. Even the ones that don't look like they should be there. Football is, I won't say it's a level playing field, but it's never felt like a level playing field. Like I'm 30 in it, so early 2000s, once upon a time, well, City would have been an easy game. If Brentford were here or Aston Villa or Brighton, yeah, you might see them shock results, but 9 times out of 10, you know your team's moving to them. If anything, these are the games that make you a bit more nervous. Maybe not so much this season, but for the last kind of 2 years prior to this one, our top 6 record was okay. It's not the smaller teams, but you get where I'm going, innit? We should have just gone ahead and got Watkins last Jan. Imagine him instead of Gyökeres. But Arteta has to hold that. Because I don't care if Arteta wanted Gyökeres or Berta wanted Sesko or you liked both of them. It is what it is. At some point, you thought Gyökeres could be a tool to help you. It's as simple as that. Make it happen. We can't talk about man that's not this club. Probably have to buy another striker. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Should have just put the Hugo Ekitike thing in the bag. Should have maybe got involved in the Isaac thing. It is where it is. Because the way I see it, Gyökeres, I do think there's more to come. I don't think you're necessarily going to be that guy like that. But I do think there's a lot more to go. But the way I see it, you might just have to be a squad striker. We sign another bad boy. But I also genuinely believe, obviously, some players are better than others. Some would make things happen. But somebody Jen next door mentioned Ollie Watkins. So let's say Ollie Watkins, Sesko, Gyökeres, Isaac, Hugo, Joe Bloggs, whatever striker you want. I still think they would have struggled at this moment at Arsenal. Or if they didn't struggle, you wouldn't see their best version, if that makes sense. And that goes off last season. We're one of the best defensive teams in Europe. Our midfield is up there as well, give or take, when it's on there. Our attack isn't. And it's not through ability, because you isolate Eze. I'm not saying he's world-class and that. He's 30. Couple clubs will have Eze. You don't have to like Ødegaard, but if we stop the foolishness, Eze, Ødegaard, Trossard, Saka, Martinelli, I still think people rate you a bit, so maybe you, Jesus. Look at that group of attackers. And some of it is obviously there's been injuries and they haven't allowed relationships to build, but bro, goals win games. First off, should have slaughtered them. Should have hit them for 5, man. And big up Brighton for scoring 2 of the goals, man. Roll to 100K, smash the likes. Appreciate you. Watkins we could have, boy, you know me. You was here. I was saying bring Watkins in January. I didn't care about this January of 2025. I didn't care about what's being done in the summer of 2025. Now, granted, hindsight's a wonderful thing. I like the stuff, but for me, I'm not on this, especially if this January comes around. I'm not on this parking off any moves because of what we can do in the summer. The season's now. You never know what you could galvanize. Maybe wouldn't have happened, but if you did act in the January market, for me, I think you might have been able to do a thing against PSG if you had another midfielder like a Zubimendi or whatever that comes in place when Partey's got suspended, etc., etc. You get the point, people, that I'm making, man. Our midfield was trash. Brighton could get through our midfield easily. Slowly stinks. Brighton had nothing. We're just rubbish offensively. Stressful, been many of them. Facts, and it's here to continue, man. Jesus came on. Our press fell off a cliff. Marino blowing. You can see Jesus, if I'm honest, he don't look fully fit. He don't look fully fit. He looks like someone that ain't played for 11 months, innit? And that's the same is gonna happen with Kai. The same is gonna happen with anyone that's been out for time. That slightly even happened with Saka, I'm sure. Kind of piggybacking off last season and this season, in that Saka with his injuries, it's like he comes back. I don't know if it's adrenaline, but he comes back. It's like I've never been anywhere. He's on it. Couple of games in, he starts to look like someone that's obviously been missing. City fans talking about Villa like they don't also have to play them again. That's a Man United fan, my boy. Like, that's a Man United fan, my boy. So yeah, man. We do not look like a championship winning team. It will show up eventually. Attack is trash, which is why I said, happy with the 3 points. There's warning signs. Arteta and Arsenal, all our issues can be fixed internally. Do of that what you will. The only thing I can't say can be fixed internally, but probably could, is the injuries. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what's going on. But you lot need to fix it, because that's something we're synonymous with. I know everyone gets injuries, but I don't care. As for Arsenal, fix it. You know what we're trying to do. You know what the mission was in August. You know what we need to be doing in May. Don't care about nothing else. Only thing that matters is the collective goal. Happy with the win, DG. Very worried about Gyökeres. Has this guy ever made a run across the near post? Think his movement is bang average. You know what as well, yeah? I think it's more the speed of... the one thing I'll say to Gyökeres is people do underestimate. For a lot of players, you're still in that learning phase in the Premier League, but you're not... So I understand you're trying to get to the pace of it. You get where I'm going, but I did think he'd have more predator from a footballing point of view only on a football pitch in terms of the box and scoring goals. I did think he had more of a primal, predatory, proactive instinct, like more... I thought it was more savage with a lot of things, actually. Like, you're not bad, and we did only get you for 50, 60 odd million, which it could have went elsewhere. I do think, man, I'm putting you into some realms with, like, we bought our own Isaac and whatnot. I understand the level of scrutiny. I do, as I said, I do think every striker is fucked in this system at the moment, because the striker isn't the most, like, the front three, the striker is a sacrificial lamb. You're occupying centre-backs. You're running in. It's the wide men. But regardless of that, I don't believe it today, but just generally with Gyökeres, there's more to give. There's a limited player there. Play to his limitations. And if you're not going to do that, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that it's not Mikel Arteta's player and all of this. You signed off on it. No one ain't coming to this club if you don't sign off on it. You signed off on it. It's as simple as that. And again, you are not Pep Guardiola. You are not Pep Guardiola. Gyökeres is not Haaland. But if we stop the crap, Pep Guardiola, his ideal striker is a false nine. He said, well, Haaland is a throwback striker. Let me make him adapt to my system, and I'll adapt to him a bit. So if that man can do that, and when people remember when I wanted Ryan Cherky on this channel, people say, no Arteta player, man. It's not no Arteta player, man. Who told you Cherky's a Pep player? It's fucking working, ain't it? So I'm more looking, because I like you, Arteta. I'm more looking at, if you're gonna be here, that you've got to learn 1-2 things as well. You know, like your own footballing management journey, if that makes sense, man. So yeah, man. The one thing I would say is, if I'm still saying these things about your crazy mate, I'm not really on the second season stuff. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying sell you, throw you out of the whatever, sign me a next one, you're part of the squad. Because that's your thing. The minute Kai's back, right. Smash the likes, people. Please don't forget the hype, the thing. You can only press the hype button after the vids, but appreciate that. Them man are not passing to him. Jesus got all the passes that Gyökeres needed, peed me off. Now Havertz is back, DG. What happens to Gyökeres? Do you think he'll be dropped? How fit is Kai? Because you've been out since August. How fit are you? Can you play 90 minutes? And like, if we just assumed Kai Havertz played today and he scored and he got 60, 70, 80, 90 minutes, which he probably wouldn't because he's been out for time, then he's starting against Villa, what do you think is going to happen? The same thing you saw with Ben White, right? So you can, by all means, you can want Jesus to start, even though you lot will start bitching about him as well. You can want Jesus to start. You can want Gyökeres to start. You can want Marino to start. Got to look after the players. It's a marathon, man. It's a marathon, man. It's a marathon. Big up yourself, James. We need to arrest the villains. But the man don't want to pass to Gyökeres. Well, boy, Gyökeres, you got to pattern it for yourself? Or you got to tell Arteta they're not passing to me? Is what it is. Because I don't want to hear no excuses about Roberta signing. Really and truly, cool. Do you really think Gyökeres is here if Arteta doesn't sanction that? Really? Don't want to hear about Sesko. He's not here. Gyökeres is here. Yeah. And again, the only time I got a lot of sympathies for Arteta, but what would make me fully give up on Gyökeres is there is a legit, like, if we was playing mad creative and there's bare clear cut chances, I can say, yeah, Gyökeres, you're shit, bro. At no point this season have I seen million clear-cut chances and you're missing them. I'm at the point I want your crest to miss them. I said this in the summer, I want my striker to be up there for big chances missed. Because that's where, I know he's not a striker, but Salah was there, Son was there, Kane was there, Haaland was there, Aubameyang was there. Because, like, let's just say in January, cool, there's the future Isaac, the future Ollie Watkins. We bring them to the club. You don't think we're going to sit having the same things? And I think the craziest Arsenal fans are those that are doing the Gabriel Jesus thing personally, but it is what it is. Don't think what have you said here? Don't think anything is saving Gyökeres. Seen enough to know his undertakes aren't great and only runs in straight lines or channels, box movement non-existent. It's more speed of thought for me with him. That, like, I do think there's more to give. Like, I do think you're a limited player. This is why I'm so big on creating chances, because I can't expect you to do certain things. But I think it's speed of thought. I genuinely still think you're adapting to the league. Whether you go on and become that guy doing this every week, or you're a squad player, or we say, you know what, whatever. Speed of thoughts. You're not doing things quick enough. So yeah, man. Real talk. VG should have went with Ruben and Sesko need to go with Mikel. If a manager don't want you, he's not going to play to your strengths. But I don't want to hear you don't want, because honestly, I genuinely believe, I don't think it was a Sesko or a Gyökeres thing. I think there was a bunch of targets. Clearly the club, part better off for a sec. The club wanted Sesko. So Arteta and everyone here, we tried to get Donny for years. For some reason that went left. Gyökeres has come onto it. Oh, what's his good? What's his bad? Do you like him? How deep is it that you want a striker? Because if we didn't want a striker, full stop, if we weren't convinced in Gyökeres, how much times have you seen us just not sign anybody? Really and truly, just not sign anybody at some point. But I do agree with what you're saying there, Warren, in that Gyökeres seems more on the Amarin thing. Sesko would have been the guy. But we'd be saying, if we just assume it's just Sesko or Gyökeres, we'd be saying the same things. Of course, they're not the same kind of player, but we'd be talking about a player not getting on the end of chances, not creating chances. Go and look at what Mikel Arteta is saying when we signed Gyökeres. If I get a striker, I don't want you dropping your head if you go 6, 7, 8 games without scoring. For me, it's just, for you, Gyökeres, you're just not playing to you're isolated to what you can control. You're not playing to your strengths. Because when I look at you, you're very limited. You're very cumbersome, bulldozer. I think there's a player in you. I don't really care about your first touch. Are you a savage? Because I've seen all sorts of goals. The one thing about YouTube, there's receipts. The one thing I said with Gyökeres that impressed me, if you just go and look at him on YouTube, yeah, is the ugly goals. That's all I was interested in. So, like, for example, the 2 he bagged against Atletico Madrid. Who was it? Was it Leeds or Nottingham Forest? Eze's laid it on a plate. That's all I'm interested in. Like, because we've missed a man that could do that. You're not showing me that. Isolate to what you can control. And I'm speaking about Gyökeres generally. I don't really feel I'm applying this today. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Until you show me we're up there for bare chance, all them chance creation metrics as a football club. Until you show me that Arsenal, which we used to do, we weren't up there for attack Wenger ball days in the Emirates. Until you show me we're up there, you can't tell me that it's as white and black as you just slap X striker in and we're lit. There's something with Arteta's coaching that must be addressed. No one is above criticism, and the same for the player, because it's not just an Arteta thing. Gyökeres isn't getting service, but if we're honest, he just keeps distance with centre backs. He's not even making runs anymore. To be fair, would you make the runs if you know the ball's not coming in? I don't know, man. Big up DG, one love. Everyone's fortunate today, but Saka Gyökeres could have played well. Give thanks for another win with a free goal, but can't be too defensive late. Big up Raya, must be more. New players not coming on, playing players to fatigue and injury. Playing favorites, he don't learn. But hey, then Arteta's gonna have to hold that. but Chelsea drew 1-1 at home to Arsenal. Eze, Madueke, Ethan not coming on. Manager playing favorites, he don't learn. Well, we won today, so I'm not going to be on him. But we all know it's face value BS. But there's no strongest 11. There's starters and there's finishers. Any knock-on effect from loading these players with more minutes, Arteta, you are going to have to hold that. I can only sympathize with myself, fellow Arsenal fans, and the players. You and your coaches are going to have to hold that. In the same way, if it all works, you lot are going to have to hold the praise. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. It's Chelsea, same points as United, boy. 6 point against Villa. Madness. Hammers are gone. Leeds can scrape games. Hammers got nothing and they sold Fooring. They didn't want to keep Antonio. Don't learn. The thing is with Leeds, though, Leeds could draw themselves out again. But I reckon Leeds will be right. Leeds away is no one wants to play Leeds away, bro. Their fans don't stop singing. It's one of them games. It's one of them typical British games. Like just like Sunderland away and that. Villa are a problem, man. Rice ain't making the full season. Players in red can't even sub, man, because the attack is pants. Let's say that, man. Let's say that. We're coming for these losers again. Villa. Fair enough, we might be losers, but fuck a Villa one, bro. In the last whatever years. Don't tell me about back in Wade and all of that stuff, because Nottingham Forest fans ain't come and troubled me with that. The fuck? We can be losers, the fuck? Let me support Villa, you know. Big up the villains, but who are you kidding? You think man's scared of Morgan Rogers? Fuck it. You want beef? Let's go. Morgan Rogers ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing against Rice at right back, let alone Timber. You better pray Timber's not back. Fuck it. You want to do smoky seasons? Let's go, man. No striker is doing anything here. System just is for Ødegaard and Saka. That's failed for 6 years. The best we look was the first 10 games. Now man are scrambling. But B Technogrado had his chance today. What chances? Be honest. He hit the post. Cool. You can do you can make your own luck. Gyökeres, you need to hold that. You need to make your own luck in life, and football mirrors life. That's great. Apart from when he hit the post where Ødegaard put him in, be honest. You're allowed to not want Gyökeres, to not feel he's the guy, to have concerns, but you're projecting. Today, what chances? Genuinely, rise up there. Go and screenshot the minutes and show me the chances. Genuinely show me the chances. Please show me the chances. Man are lying to themselves. Rice, man of the match, bossed right back. He's a candidate, to be fair. That's Gyökeres' first game where he's had chances and not taking them. More annoying with Marino in midfield, doing nothing than Gyökeres missing chances. You know what? Marino first 15. I was like, what's this? But I have to hold myself to standards because I don't like Marino in midfield. I think he's a bit too slow. I think he's too much on the floor business. I think games where the sun is shining at the Emirates and we're having 98% of the ball, we can get away with it. But yeah, man. So I'm genuinely asking, rise up. Someone show me 5 clear-cut chances from Gyökeres, because I think you're capping. And whether it's Gyökeres up front, Marino, but I'll take this is your squad, you know. Come on, you lot, man. Like, be a bit more optimistic. You wouldn't have thought we won. Evening, DG. Hi, everyone. Hope you guys are well. Cross the line, 3 points. Next game, toughest test of the season. We do love the must win, and this is the biggest game of the season, and this is that. DNB, I didn't even know you was a North Londoner as well. Big up yourself, man. It's actually nice to meet you lot and names to at least I know what you look like now. Big up your dad as well, man. Bit of everything. We don't play to Gyökeres' strengths, but he isn't very technical. Truthfully, Jesus and Kai suit us better because we will not change. I'm with that. I agree with that. And that's where I'm on to Arteta. You bought somebody that you know has limitations. What's going on? I'm worried about the Villa game. If we play the same way as the past 4 games, they'll punish us. Need to go 3-0 up in the first half. Today gives me a bit more optimism, bar the last half an hour. Pardon me, but I agree. If the first half, if the first half against Aston Villa is exactly like today, I'm gonna be a nervous wreck. Apologies at halftime because I think it's gonna go left, man. He can't get onto the chance. Yeah, that's something. This is what I'm saying with Gyökeres as well. Speed of foot. I understand you're still adapting. Every week I have to be a bit more harsher on you because you've been here long enough. I do think people underestimate, and that goes for all players. Even the players you're seeing banging for my football club or elsewhere, you still have to adapt. That's where I'm onto Gyökeres. Control what you can control. I don't think you're making the runs because you know that's not coming, but at the same time, keep making those runs. Keep making those, make your own luck. Because there was a couple of opportunities. I'm not gonna lie, man. First off, Saka put one ball into the box, like with his right foot. I'm like, Gyökeres and Marino were the first. When I was watching on TalkSport, I was thinking Gyökeres, Marino, because you lot are the ones that normally run into the box. A part of me was thinking Rice, but then I had to remember he's right back in it, so I'm not going to draw him up, man. Gyökeres simply can't make the ball stick. This thing about him not getting chances is a myth. If you can't make the ball stick, you can't become a top striker in this league. He can make the ball stick. I disagree with that. I don't know if he'll become a top striker because where I'm at, there's a role for you here. I need another one in it, but this is the first 6 months of what I assume is a 4 or 5 year deal. And what I will say, Arteta, the man's 27, you know. The man's 27. It's got to work. Because nobody can convince me you don't slap him at Villa. You don't slap him at, to be honest, a couple of teams in the Premier League. I'm not saying he'd be the bee's knees and why didn't Arsenal sign him? He would look a bit better. So that tells me, purely simply put, there's something more you can do, Gyökeres. and the gaffer. Because I genuinely believe whoever the hell's the striker, that's why the Banduli strikers look better in our team. Because goals are not a strong point of that forward. In an ideal world, Mikel Arteta, I believe you would want, genuinely, you would want what Klopp had in that you got your Firmino, your link man, good for 10, 12 goals. You've got the monsters in Salah and Saka. Sorry, Salah and Saka. Saka is a monster, but Salah and Mane, the numbers, man. Couple man are chipping in here and there. Because for me, there's warning signs. Big up Rice. He's locking down the 8 row. But for me, if Rice is, no matter how you shape it to me, and Rice does everything and he's great. If Declan Rice is up there for big chances, Rice didn't become a professional footballer because of how silky he is. If he's up there for this, if we're saying what we're saying about the striker role, attack, what's going on? So yeah, man. Anything else it's getting. I can't lie to you, look, man. I've spoken about Gyökeres way too much today, man. I'm not on it. I thought Martinelli's miss. And it's not just him, bro. Just mad. 24 shots created, 3 XG, not a big XG, but that not creating stuff can't run today. We created. We did our problem has been conversion. The last couple from Wolves to now is conversion. Don't get twisted. It's not great chances that we're creating. It's not to the level we want to see. It is an improvement. Our thing is conversion. The toughest thing to do is score goals in football, you know. That don't just go for the striker, that goes for the whole team. We need to adapt to his playing style when he's up front. You're right, DG. Mikel not a forward-thinking coach. Nah, I do think he's a forward-thinking coach. It's just I need you to arrest yourself. In the same way, obviously, like if I'm whatever player, if you're at one level and you want to go to the next level, you need to go to war with yourself. Arteta, I think our football club, we are our own best friends and worst enemies. And I think you're the same. There's been a number of games this season where I think the players have cost us, but I also think you've cost us. I think you cost us against Chelsea away. I think you cost us against City at home. I think you cost us Liverpool away. I think it's everybody for Aston Villa. I think coincidentally, because of all the sequences of events, I think you and the players signed up for what happened at Aston Villa away. Sunderland away, I'm more on the players because you're 15 minutes away from seeing out a lead. But once again, still not feeling confident. Another lackluster win. Where are the stellar performances? These mediocre wins aren't sustainable. We are wasteful with our chances. Got to finish your dinner. From here until March, April is when we historically start losing points. All the while, we're still winning. We shouldn't care. There's warning signs, man. You can't just bury your head in the sand and everything's great and we're winning and whatnot. Neither can you act and project that everything's negative. We've got a good platform. Arrest the warning signs. Bro, Saka had bare chances today. Nelly, bare chances. Everybody, man. Oh, man. Man said, like, I ain't seen since school days trying to catch up with me on the train. Shout out, man. Our only consistency right now is how we keep winning these games with the same warning signs remain. Old habits die hard, but you have to look at them. Gyökeres' movement needs to get a lot better, bro. You're reacting rather than being proactive, bro. But yeah, man, anything not Gyökeres, bro, because allow me, people, I'm exhausted, man. Why didn't Arteta use his subs? To be fair, he used 3 of the 5. The lack of attacking prowess is what I find most troubling. Yeah, Nelly. It's just not just Nelly in it because there was bare chances, but blood. Come on, fam. Professional, and I know you're human and that, but fam, professional footballers, broski, bag, man. Yoki has 0 confidence. Why ain't you got confidence, Gyökeres? And I know it's easy for me. We know strikers are weird, but I ain't got time for that, bro. I ain't got time for that. I do not have time for that. Because whatever people say, you're still playing. Like, the world might not be convinced with you. You're still playing for Arsenal Football Club up front. What are you crying about? You ain't lacking confidence. You're a professional footballer. And I don't mean that in a disingenuous way. You're just playing football. Football means the world to me, you know. Like you, it means the world. It's a matter of life or death. But it's just a game of football. You're living the dream. And if nobody rates you anyways, if you've had to react to adversity anyways, that's one reason I still believe in the guy. I actually think you'll be a 10 to 15 goal man, rotationary option, ugly footballer you are, what you at. Get yourself out of it, bro. Nobody cares. You know, I try and run my life on everybody's right until you prove them wrong. Do with that what you will. And that goes for everyone. We ain't got time for sympathy, bro. You ain't got time for sympathy. And I'll back Gyökeres to the end purely because you did the most to sign for my club. But you have to make it work, bro. I don't know why Saka. As I said earlier, I don't know how Saka got 90 minutes. Not because he was playing bad. It's like, I'm looking at raw, like, let's waste a bit of time. I wanted Cherky, bro. Cherky can't be that much of a bad boy. DG, do you think we have conversion rate issues because of the lack of quality attackers? Look at City and existing options they have, and they're adding Semenyo to that. Yes and no. Obviously, the better players you have, the more likely they are to take their chances. But I just think the players need to do some shooting practice. I think Arteta's thing is chance creation issues. Our players is chance conversion issues. So you mesh that together because Arteta's not alone and the players are not alone. We've kind of got chance creation and conversion issues. But we knew that going into this season. And I know everyone was, Gyökeres and Eze and this one and that one. And at the start of the season, you're seeing Trossard or Martinelli bring something to the table. Fair enough. Madueke is not setting the world alight, but he's doing the thing. There's more to give from these guys, bro. And Arteta, you got to figure it out because the only one I can bet my life on or would shock me if you're not up there with a suitable return for goals is Bukayo and probably Kai when fit. Now, big up Kai. You're not clinical, bro. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you're not clinical. But you're also one of Arsenal's top goal scorers in the last few years. There's good in that. There's bad in that. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Zubimendi. He makes passes and runs for Zubi was sourcing today, man. Scored one goal in 9 XG last few games really isn't good enough. There's always next season. We'll have to go again next season, but I don't hear that. Not 5 chances, DG, but that chance Martinelli had at the end. Gyökeres had a similar chance. The ball over the top. He done a half-heart. Yeah, that volley was dead. Yeah, but they're not sitters though, man. For a big striker, Gyökeres doesn't need a lot of movement in the box, but he's confused where to be. But he's got to figure it out because then maybe, I guess he's doing it. Maybe Gyökeres, I know Carlos Cuesta's not here anymore, but then maybe Gyökeres has to take a second when you're done with training, chatting to the gaffer, chatting to the team. Oh, what did I do well? Please, can some, because these men can do this, you know. You know, there's performance analysts. You know, there's people paid at Arsenal that I couldn't tell you how many games Gyökeres has played so far for us in the minutes. You know, there's man that do watch the footage back and can compile spreadsheets and all these things as to you need to be here, you need to be there. So you go watch that and then you go do some training drills. Anyone that's watched the City All or Nothing, Arteta had to do that for Pep Guardiola. I can't remember the context or the year, but he had to do that. Make it happen, man. Make it happen. And I guess you are. I'm not naive. I'm not trying, but boy, Ødegaard 1 goal, 1 assist all season. Jesus was doing better in hold-up play with limited minutes. Gyökeres has to bully it. It might be a bit soft. He's softer than I thought, man. Hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss streams or uploads. You're far too kind. What's this saying? Can you lot still hear me? Okay, that's a bit weird, YouTube. Froze, but here we go. Do you think we'll see the best of Ødegaard from now? We need players hitting form towards the end of the season. I hope so. You had a good game. You've had some. That was the first, and I'm probably exaggerating, but that was the first time off the top of my head. Ødegaard, 90 minutes. That's what I expect. You've had some good moments. You know, I'm sure, what was it, Olympiacos? I'm sure you came off the bench and looked good when we came back against Newcastle. It's what you want to do with it now. And we need players to get into their rhythm. Our defense carried us, to be honest, for the majority of the season so far. Now I need my attackers to do their part. And I need my medical team to keep them fit. So, yeah, man. He said he don't run. I gave you runs. Go to WeScout and compose a list. Tell them again, man. It's not the medical team's fault. Mikel's poor management. None of us are in the club. We said rest Ben, rest Timber. Now, look, boy. It's strange considering I don't think there's pressure on him. Nah, there's always pressure. There's pressure, man. There's definitely pressure on Victor, man. But, boy, forgot about Eze. Favourites of play. I can't lie. It shocked me that Eze never got no minutes today, you know. But then I remember sitting here with you lot and saying, oh, I think Eze is getting a lot more minutes than I expected around this kind of period. So maybe there's a bit of normalization in that. It did shock me. It did shock me not to see him. But yeah, man. Ødegaard was dropping deep and switching play well today. Yeah, and you know what? If you actually look at his stats, he's still dropping deep, but he's dropping deep less. You would have thought that, right? Worried about those final 20 minutes in games where we can't seem to kill it off. We're doing too much drama in the last 20, 30 minutes of games. Dare I even say if it's not necessarily the last 20, 30 minutes of games, more time, it's minute 90. Like, oh, man. What a club, eh? But we did get 3 points. You wouldn't have thought it, though. You lot liven up, man. Well, liven up, man. You wouldn't have thought it with you lot. But yeah, people. Obviously, we won 2-1. Ødegaard and own goal with the differences. Gomez tapped in for Brighton, which is the only thing they did well. 18 shots. Oh, I was bugging about 25, but if that's how when on Talksport, it said 25. Anyway, 18, 20 shots, 5 on target, got 2 goals. The numbers need to start numbering. And yeah, man, it is what it is in that regards, man. We just need to keep it moving. Arsenal's 15 games at the Emirates Stadium in all comps. We've kept 9 clean sheets, conceded 6 and scored 35. And we're unbeaten. 2 draws and just bare W's, mate. Long may that continue. Alan Shearer, legend, and one of the only pundits I can bear listening to. The David Raya save is one of the best you'll see all season. 100%. It's in save of the season contender. But as I said, considering the domination in the first half, Raya shouldn't be in any sort of talking for man of the match. Like, obviously, there's a reality. We score 4, 5, 6. He still makes that save. But I just feel that my keeper had to do stuff where he didn't need to, if I'm honest with you. Probably doesn't include block shots. Probably the stats are all over the place depending on where you look. Okay. And we did get 3 points in the bag. 3 points does feel good. Big up Raya too, been making important saves when called upon. Big Gabby has more assists to Gyökeres, but man are talking like we're some super creative team. Declan at right back was a waste of talent. Lucky tonight. Needs must today. Fully needs must. And blood. Raya, when I say I was in that studio, because I saw the whole thing happen. When it left Minte's boot, just the way the angle looked, and he Raya slightly off his line, I thought, oh my God, this bins. It took me a while to register that he's tipped it. Big up this. Hincapié had a decent game, I feel. I love his shithouse. So yeah. 34 goals, 6 conceded, 8 clean sheets at the Emirates so far. All we can do is keep these talking points going. We need to stop making it nervy for the fans. Arteta said yes, because when you concede in the last minute the game before as well, and when they scored in the first shot they had, obviously it is, but we have to be able to go through that with normality. That's a willingness to win. True. And I did like the willingness to see the result out in the second half. Bukayo Saka has assisted the Premier League goal at the Emirates for the first time since the 23rd of November 2024 against Nottingham Forest. Ended a run of 14 home appearances without an assist. That's one of them stats. I would have said you're lying if you showed me that. 4 of Arsenal's last 6 goals have been opposition own goals, as many as their previous 182 combined in all comps. If you're engineering these own goals, if we're scoring from set pieces and dead balls, I'm all for that. Open play, though. Come on. Because if you marry that all together, you've got many different ways of winning. I think Saka had a great game. I think you lot that are doing this selfish thing, because some of you are calling him selfish, but then you don't rate Gyökeres. So what do you want him to do? Anyways, 16 touches in the up box, 7 shots, 7 crosses, 5 duels, 1 possession 5 times, 4 chances created, 3 take-ons, 2 shots on target, 1 assist. I will say, Saka, I do think you, along with many, should have scored. Ødegaard. It's been a while since I scored. I've been waiting for that one. I've been practicing a lot, working hard on my finishing. Today it paid off. So happy. Captain, chat to the striker, man. The whole team's got to do that. Fuck that. The whole team tomorrow, we're all doing finishing drills. Arteta, you might have to include finding yourself, but you might have to find these players now when they're not finishing dinner, because I bet you this gets eradicated very quickly. Ødegaard created 5 chances against Brighton, his most in a Premier League game this season. You and Raya, men of the match for me, if that makes sense to you lot. Prior to the game, we did know Timber weren't going to be there. Timber complained to the bench about an issue with his left ankle late in the match in the victory over Palace earlier this week. Arteta pattern, man. And you lot tried to tell me, oh, DG, we don't need no more defenders. We don't need no more midfielders. Brother. Come on now. Calafiori sustained his fresh injury yesterday in a very, very strange way, according to Mikel Arteta. What was he beating? And he got injured. I don't know. Arsenal's top goal scorers in December 2025. Own goal. Big him up. Has 4. Actually, you know what? Trossard had a good game as well. I think Trossard was good today. But own goals got 4. Noni's got 2. Mikel Merino, Bukayo Saka, Leandro Trossard, Martinelli, Victor Gyökeres, Martin Ødegaard all have 1 in December, people. Arsenal have scored 1 goal from 9.23 XG in the last 4 games, excluding pens. At some point, that's going to bite you in the arse, gaffer. Fix up and players. And look at Declan Rice at right back, bro. This 8-6 right back. And he ain't even played centre half for Arsenal, has he? One day he's going to end up going in goal, man. It just big up yourself, Declan Rice, man. You just do your thing. Arsenal have now had, and I think Saliba had an underrated game today. Like in everything, all his actions he did, I must admit. Arsenal have now had 12 different goal scorers in the Premier League this season. Gyökeres, Saka, Eze, Trossard, Marino, Rice, Timber, Zubamendi, Gabriel Magalhaes, Martinelli, Calafiori, and Ødegaard. And now, obviously, Odegaard's joined the list. Madueke, get on the score sheet, man. Big up Miles Lewis-Skelly, first start of the season. I thought he had a decent game. I did think when he got that yellow, I was like, oh, yeah, it's time. No player had more touches in the up box, had more shots, one possession more times, or completed more take-ons versus Brighton and Saka. You know I'm always going to gas up Saka's ting, people. The table is looking pretty. 2 points, clear City. I think we need to beat them at their place. We beat them at the Etihad, I think you win the league. If not, and you just keep thinking, look, man, 3 points separating third and second. Oh, yeah. As much as we're laughing at Man United, please, because you lot are my favourite pagans. Man United or Liverpool, furthermore. Disarm Chelsea for that full spot. Disarm them for that. Disarm them. I need that. What is this? Oh, sorry, we've seen this already. I thought this was an update on Calafiori. What has the gaffer said? I thought we were very dominant throughout the match. We generated so many chances, so many big situations, and I think we did a lot of great things where I think the margin should have been much bigger than 2-0. But when you don't do that, teams have quality. They have a lot of individual quality. They scored the goal, then it's game on. If I'm honest, Arteta, you're not wrong. But if I clipped up that paragraph from the last couple of games and we played game association, so like these are the words, what game did Arteta talk about that with? Without us obviously knowing that we played Brighton today, we probably might attribute that to others. So it's become a trend now, isn't it? And it's not even something we discovered in December. So count our blessings. We got the 3 points, but at some point you're gonna get what you deserve. We definitely deserve to win, but you get the point, people. You have to think about the fine margins. But overall, after playing every 3 days, the performance that the boys put in with all the difficult situations we're going through again, especially in the back line. We lost Timber yesterday. We lost Calafiori today in the warm-up. The way the boys step up to the task. So we did lose Calafiori in the warm-up. When Rice is on as a right back, it's just unbelievable. That's something many of us will agree with. It is unbelievable. And I'm so proud of them. Rice at right back is a really good example to describe how I feel about the team, the spirit, and the willingness to win of this team. We're going to need everyone. Some who are in a different position and go through what we're going through in the manner that we're performing. It's great to witness. And then what has he said on Ødegaard? I think it was superb today. I think it was probably the best game that he's had this season. Super active, very positive, very aggressive with the ball. So very pleased. And then what else he said? The way the boys are performing and getting results in this incredible schedule with injuries that we've gone through, it's remarkable. We're going to need everybody's energy on the 30th. Let's all be together, go for it and win. You know what? To the point where Aston Villa, we got to make a big song and dance about it. I want to see tifos. I want to see everything. What else has the gaffer said? I think what's this? Very happy with the performance individually and collectively. So dominant. We were a big threat. So very pleased with all of that. But the margin should have been much bigger. I mean, with the amount of situations, chances, open chances that we generated throughout the game, it should never be 2-0. But that's the 2-1, apologies. But that's the Premier League. That's the step that we have to make. I think the first shot they had, they scored the goal. And then David has to make another save to maintain the result. But what I like is that we're having a lot of issues. We're dealing with it in an incredible way. Yesterday, we lost Jurien. Today, we lost Calafiori in the warm-up. We've seen that already. On having to dig deep. I admire the gaffer and the boys for getting it done, but this ain't Disney Channel. There's injuries. Nobody don't care. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. No one cares, bro. We know what we need to get over the line. We knew from last season, if at the earliest, if you've been living under a rock, injuries can happen. So regardless of who's out there, you're going to have to make it happen. And there's plenty of reasons to be nervous about Aston Villa, but it's a quick turnaround. Thank the Lord we're not the travelling party, in it. So, yeah. I don't know. At the moment, we've survived 6 months. So let's see another 5.5 to go. So hopefully things will get better. The good news as well, for example, we got Gabby earlier than expected, which is great. The medical staff, I think they've done an incredible job. The way he pushes himself as well. That's what we need because we lost one and we've got someone else back. Overall, I think the performance was against a really good team. Very, very good. On if the injuries are uniting the group, bro, they should be united already. There should be more on it anyways. Would you start Saka and Oni on Tuesday? Patrick, I don't know why that's not coming up, but for me, I'm still starting Saka. No clue why the comments aren't coming up. That's annoying. DG, what do you make of this year's Boxing Day football and now these games today not being televised? Doesn't feel like normal festive football. Arthur, you said it there. It doesn't feel like festive football, really and truly. Like, in this country, they need to scrap the 3 p.m. I'm sorry, like, but football is around about everybody around the world, or everyone, like, whether you're in this country where it's played in England, all over, everybody can flip and watch the game, but us. What's going on? It's dead. Come on, it's dead. It's dead. And I'm a big fan of the festive period. It's jarring. Like, even United on at 8 p.m. as well. But then for match going fans, I do get it. Big up DJB and Kenny Ken, because they've said they're kind of happy around that. Because for argument's sake, let's just say we had Liverpool away on Boxing Day. There's certain, because it's Boxing Day, train services are not running how they normally run. Imagine you get you're from London or you're from flipping Kent. You're stuck up in Liverpool. It's dark, man. It's dark. Raya going down with cramp after the super save was genius play. We needed that more than anything. Brighton lost all momentum when we saw at that win. Many chances is when we peppered United and De Gea had a movie. Corners is not many chances. Wallahi, we're finished down. But losing players in warm-up is crazy work. If you're going to agenda us properly. We are much better today. I'm very happy that Saka has downloaded the selfish gene. It's called taking responsibility. Hincapié, no clean sheets. The whole team was meaty. I can't lie, I do prefer Hincapié at left back, man. I still think he's adapting to the Prem and that. Goalkeepers just stand still to save our shots, don't even have to stretch. A lot of our chances that were on target, they're low level. This is what I think, man. I have to do some shooting practice, people. But on reuniting the group, on uniting the group, yes, because as well, there are injuries with Jirin. He landed awkwardly, and there's something with Ricky as well. Very, very strange. But you speak to Declan and tell him he needs to play as a right winger. And he said, okay, I'm up for the challenge. I'm going to do my best. And the attitude is great to witness. We can only control what we do. We are doing a lot of good things that I think we have to improve as well to have the margins better. Arteta just said what we've been saying in a prettier way. We need more players back as well to have better options and maintain the team very, very fresh. Every 3 days is going to be a challenge, and we are up for it. On if a big statement win will come with the way we're playing, bro. I just want my 3 points, man. I've never subscribed to this statement win and all this BS, because even if Arsenal thumped up Brighton 4-5-0, yeah, it'd be great, but it's not really. It's a statement, but it's not really a statement, because it helps the goal difference, but you're still only like statement at this point with Arsenal. For me, what I would say is a statement win would have been winning at Anfield. Would have been for Arsenal in turn, not really because United are not where they are, but we struggle at Old Trafford. So that's a statement for me. Winning at Anfield would have been a statement for me. Winning at Stamford Bridge would have been a statement for me, just as an Arsenal fan, because half of these places I've been vexed about going, maintaining us being pouring or a mixed bag, getting over the line against Sunderland 15 minutes away. That would have been a statement victory for me. Statements this season have probably come in the champs. Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, that's statements. Like mashing up the biggest and baddest. These are not statements, bro. Because then they're going to turn around and say you should be doing that. So they're not statements for me. Beating Aston Villa would have been a statement. Beating them on Tuesday might be a statement for me, especially because we ain't the top teams. We kind of been messing about this season, so I wouldn't say it's a statement thing. But cool, we always want to see teams. We want them always. Every football fan would love to win every match, concede no goals, concede and score 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and keep everyone fit. Unfortunately, that's not how the world works. So yeah, man. It has to be because we have a lot of quality. What I like is the way we play, the way we produce, how willing the players are to take that initiative. Today we took initiative, that aggression to make things happen. Also, I isolated today. I give you that. It weren't there against Wolves. It was today, because it's a very, very difficult team to play against, and I think we've done really well for the majority of the game. And thank you for winning, because I was at the game last season with Brighton where we drew. Do you know how smug that manager is? He was talking so mad. So I'm going to enjoy listening to his press conference. It's all love. We shout on the Seagulls, man. You know us, Eagles, Seagulls, Magpies, Devils, Bees. We just move to everybody, innit? You know what we do, innit? You know what my team does, innit? Like foreign teams come over here, get turned pack. It's cool, man. It's cool. Let's stay humble, though. Stay humble. So yeah, no, it's something that we have prepared, because we know it can happen. When I give the lineup, I always tell the boys the day before. What? So now Arteta's told us you tell them the lineup the day before. I always tell the boys. I always tell the boys, and the day before is be ready, because this is football. This is the Premier League, and anything can happen. Somebody can get a bug, and an hour later he cannot play. You have to be in the right mental frame to be able to perform immediately, and don't go through the disappointment. That's what the players are doing. So we've had that twice now. Calafiori in the warm-up today. I'm sure against Liverpool, Saliba, there might have even been the next time, On Calafiori, it's something that he felt yesterday. It's something very awkward that happened, and today in the warm-up he wasn't comfortable. on the last time we felt comfortable in a game. Comfortable in this league, that's a big word. When the scoreline is bigger, but hopefully I don't have to use that often. On if he feels the nervous energy, we've gone over that already, and you can't blame fans. You you've made it a habit of conceding late goals now. So yeah, on the nervousness in the crowd, that's a willingness to win. We all want to win so badly. I don't want to lose what I have, and we have to continue to score and show that composure and that ability. And we should have scored the third one. We have two massive chances to put it to 3-1. Then it would have been different. We haven't, so we have to suffer a little bit more. On if it's sustainable to be emotion in games. Yes, from my side, yes, not from the players, because killing games and also the late goals we've conceded and also throwing in, I think it's on the players because Arteta, remember that we had that little period where Arteta was getting a bit vexed. Players kept sitting back towards the end of their games. The clues are there. On if there's a knock-on effect. If you win, I think you win. You learn and you go again. The knock-on effect of winning is incredibly powerful. Fair play. Ødegaard, man, on the best of days, you don't come out and give no interviews. Where are you? Oh, okay. Sorry, Capitano. I apologize. I should have known better. What has he said? I've been waiting for that one, working really hard to improve on finishing. I like to be in those areas. And Bakayo, we know each other really well. He finds me there. There was a little angle in the corner there, so it was a good goal. Typical Ødegaard finish, or what we used to become accustomed to. It was brilliant. As I said, we've been working really hard to get, and it was there. So we're really pleased. I even liked when Rice is like kind of Rice in particular celebrating with Ødegaard. And I did like Gyökeres rushing over to Rice when their own goal went in. An unbelievable performance from him to play right back, probably the first time in his life, and then do it the way he did today was unbelievable. So a really, really good performance from him. That's just our team. Everyone is ready to do whatever it takes for the team, and that was another good example of that. Completely off topic, but there was a feeling Arsenal would have ranked as Anton Semenyo's first choice had they firmly been at the table. While there was some contact between the parties, it was clear that Arsenal's interest was on the basis of a summer move rather than Jan. Just cool, man. Finish the season with Bournemouth and come over these sides. He's not in it, and it should be illegal for City to have him, Marmoush, and informed Doku, Foden, purring. I'm specifically trying to miss out Haaland. And do you know who I think is cold? He's on the bench today? Regan Heskey, the younger Heskey brother, if that's him, the one with the long hair. If I'm Borussia Dortmund or these kind of clubs, trust me, you poach him off City, you're making bread, you know. You're making bread. Could be a Morgan Rogers, Cole Palmer kind of thing. So, yeah, what else have we got? Of the 5 teams to have been top of the Premier League at Christmas on 3+ occasions, Arsenal the only team yet to convert one into a league title. I only mention this, so we stay grounded, people. Keep moving. Apparently, we're continuing to scour the world for youth talent. We should be doing that. That's actually what I'm asking Grok to make a video for you lot. Is there anything else? We know David Raya did his thing for us. Oh, man. So David Raya saved us. We're nervous about Timber and Calafiori and the landscape of people not being able to stay fit and all the other things we've spent an hour and 8 minutes like talking about. So what are you lot saying? Gave Raya a shot at a fantastic set. Bro, Raya, done your thing. That save is title winning. Boy. Kamara suspended for that game. I hear it, and I hear apparently Matty Cash is not going to be involved. Of course, I want to play teams when they're weakened, innit? But some of our best results, maybe not so much this year, but some of our, maybe, but definitely the last 3 years, some of our best results, or even if you say the last 2 years prior to this season, some of our standout games, some of you might say, beating PSG in the league phase. I'm just saying random games. Definitely the 5-1 City, the 2 against Real Madrid, and there's many more. They haven't necessarily been achieved with our strongest squad on paper. So I always bear that in mind for opposition sides. Like, of course, for me, even if you know you're not going to be there, you just plan that they're going to have their strongest 11. You know, you hope for the, you prepare for the worst, innit? You hope for the best. That's just me. 2 players missed for Aston Villa. That means 2 other players get to step up. And if they're genuinely in the title challenge, that's the same thing demanded of anyone at City, anyone at Arsenal, anyone at Chelsea, low level Villa, might have to step up. Whether you've been on the court, you ain't been getting minutes in the last 5 games, you've got to step up. 3 against Forest, but that's the Ange tax. But that's not statement for me, man. That's for me, that's not statement, man. We should be doing that. Sunshine, Emirates should be thumping up Leeds and Forest like that. Smash the likes and Rob will buy you a Rolls Royce, allegedly. Damn. Rob's caked up. Brentford and Burnley, the only games we've won by more than a single goal margin for a while. It feels like we tried to win too many games on this stats thing, man. Like, And I hear it. Like we've all like, well, at least if you're with this channel, you can be balanced. We can talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. It feels like we're trying to win with the nerdy tax, like the XG and the shots on target and the possession. And yes, I get the picture it paints, but this is football, man. This is an unexplainable sport. Like, kill the teams. Bruges, Brighton, cup game, more than 2 goals. Atletico too. DG going to the Emirates for the semi-finals against Chelsea. It's a shout, you know. It's a shout. It's an absolute shout. It is a shout. Ooh. Part of me wants to. Missed one. Where's OG on that list? Own goals are bad, boy. Own goals the best player in the league. Like, he should be winning Premier League Player of the Month. He has come in clutch. Villa well one club. What does that even mean? And this is from someone dyslexic. What are you saying there? Villa well one club. Get to 100 likes if you haven't, people. Need to start the Villa game well and get an early goal by all means. Just get the game, man. Kamara and Cash out for the match. There's other players that can step up, man. I'm not even taking too much stock in that. I hope when we play Aston Villa, we sit back and you lot say, oh, DJ, I told you, me. It don't really mean much because, again, I'm just so focused on what we need, what we do good and what we need to do better. Mikel plays functional percentage football, but to me, that's trying to cheat football. You can't cheat football. Need to start shooting outside the box too and be unpredictable. Look at Trossard's goal versus Sunderland. Why not, man? Why not? There's a lot more to give, but if there's a lot more to give and we got 3 points, Bob's our uncle, man. If you haven't smashed the like button, then what you lot doing? I might as well let you lot enjoy your weekend, or is it, you know what? The festive period is weird. What day is it today? It's Saturday. Why have I been living like it's a Friday? Apologies, people. Anyways, man, you lot go enjoy your Saturday, man. Don't listen to this dead YouTuber chatting, man. Appreciate you lot. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Up the Gunners, in it. All attention turns towards Tuesday. I can't remember the games for the life of me, but we're definitely doing watch-alongs tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, man. You lot stay safe, stay blessed. One love. Always